This past Wednesday, I interviewed Blythe Metz, a woman of many talents and creator of the Solutions Interactive documentary series and the Supernatural Green Diet Plan. We spoke about her upcoming Crystal Grid event, her work with crystals and sound healing, as well as the importance of eating conscientiously. I know you have a lot of different professions, but maybe how do you sum up when someone asks you what you do?
I now say I'm an artist, scientist, eco-entrepreneur. That seems to classify it because I have several different artistries that I love.
What led you along this path?
I moved out here and I started doing really well in independent film, and I just started really wanting to be super proud of what I did and really wanting to take responsibility for what I put out there in film forever, for what everyone wants to see. I just really fell in love with metaphysical ideas and teaching people about consciousness and really empowering people that their life can be anything they want it to be, and let's have a great life. If we're going to be here, let's be happy and let's really enjoy it.
I wanted to talk about your work with crystals.
Oh, thanks.
And I don't know a lot about them, and I'm not sure if our listeners do, so
Okay.
Maybe do you want to just start out telling us about what they are and what you do with them?
Sure. I'd love to. I started studying crystals. I got a master's degree in metaphysical sciences from UMS, and I decided to write my master's thesis on crystals, so that's how I started studying them. So crystals are an immortal molecular structure. They last forever. The crystals that we have in our jewelry or wherever around our house that are being harvested now are tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of years old. So when we hold something in our hand, it can affect the molecular structure of the human body. It can make us stronger, wiser, brighter, more attuned. Now, crystals have been used in technology for over 100 years because of their ability to hold a frequency indefinitely. We can embed a frequency, a thought frequency, into a crystal, and it will keep it for us. So we can use them for healing, for detoxifying, for manifestation. If there's something that we want to manifest in our life, we can meditate with a crystal, and the crystal will hold that and imbue it in our house while we're off, working, taking care of the kids, doing everything that we have to do with our daily life. Those crystals help to hold that intention and that frequency for us.
And you have an event coming up, right?
We're having an event in Hollywood at the Zai Sanctuary Lounge. On June 29th, the Crystal Grid will start at 8, green carpet starts at 6:30. But we're using, we have a Steinway artist that's coming, Jeannie Newhall, and she's going to be playing the piano beautifully into the crystals. And the power of sound vibration with the crystal vibration working together is amplified. We have a tremendous geologist, geophysicist. He also happens to be an astrologer and a numerologist. He rewrote numerology. His name is Christopher Power. He's going to be leading the event.
Why is it important to have the Crystal Grid event in Los Angeles at this time?
We want to just use our knowledge of the power of crystals with our intention in a way that it's never been used that way. And it's important to have it in Los Angeles right now because there's just an amazing amount of incredibly expanded people here, and we want all of them at the event. We want all of you at the event to put to put the intention into it. And we want change. It's time to see our city be prosperous again. We have all these amazing solutions that are so obvious to all of us that know about them, but yet somehow they're still not being implemented. So we're just using this time for the all of us thinkers in Los Angeles to come together, knowing the power of what the crystals will do. The grid is about bringing people together to focus their intentions for themselves, for all of their relations, for Los Angeles, for the world, and with special intention towards fixing, healing the oil spill.
Now, how are crystals related to your work with sound healing?
Sound healing works with crystals, absolutely. I just recorded the healing sounds, which is a Taoist tradition. It's the 7 organ systems, and there's a yin and a yang organ, so it actually benefits 14 organs, and there's different sounds associated with the healing of that. This wisdom was endowed to me by a brilliant master teacher who studied all different traditions. He happens to be part Cherokee Indian, and he studied a lot of the Taoist forms as well. And so I go through the 7 sounds of the organs. I show the liver sound. Well, it goes in a proper order. It's the lung sound, the kidney sound, the liver sound, the heart sound, the spleen and stomach sound, and the ovary sound. And then there's a triple warmer sound that balances and recharges the whole body. So I can do one of them for you if you want to see it.
That'd be great.
And you mix the sound with, there's always an intention associated with the sound, like with an organ, for instance, anger is associated with the liver. So if someone's feeling particularly angry, they can do the liver sound several times. We like to do it in groups of 3. If you're going through the whole series of 7 sounds in the right order, we would do all 7 sounds 3 times each. But if someone's like angry, then it's like they can do a sound 3, 6, 9 times, 36 times. We like to keep it in rounds of 3. So there's a color frequency. There's different parts of our body are vibrating at different speeds, and there's always a color that's associated with a particular frequency. So the liver, which is located underneath the right rib cage, over underneath like the right breast, the color associated with it is a bright green. So we would take our hands on our laps, palms up, and we'd move the chi flow up through our liver area, visualizing light green in our liver. We'd raise our hands up to the top of the sky and lean over to the left side. And the sound is the SH sound. So we're stretching in our side body, creating space as we lean to the left. And as we do that sound, we transmute anger or aggression into kindness. So it's like you think from anger to kindness as you make this sound. The tradition comes from the Taoists believing that every emotion in the body is meant to be recycled into a more nourishing emotion. So like anger, greed, jealousy, fear, worry, all these, are not to be like gotten rid of. They're not something that we like, oh no, don't have fear,
Mm-hmm.
It's more like it serves a purpose that's meant to be temporary. It's like there's a reason someone feels that negative emotion. Absolutely, there's a reason, but it should also be brief. And you transmute that into a positive emotion. And so these practices of the healing sounds, they detoxify your body and recharge your body, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And they take a negative emotion and help turn it into a positive emotion. It's a really grounding, excellent practice.
Let's talk about your work with food and the diet plan that you created.
That's called the Supernatural Green Diet, and it's eating for mind and body excellence while reducing garbage by 90%. So I teach people how to eat where they're purchasing all of their staples like wild rice, quinoa, mung beans, millet, cacao, and all their fresh vegetables, fruits, and herbs in reusable organic cotton sacks, so that they're not buying anything that's in packaging and plastic packaging, because petroleum plastic is not biodegradable. And we're seeing huge problems in the ocean and in landfills and in pollution from the creation of that. So my main thing is teaching people how to feed their body temple for mind and body wellness while decreasing garbage. And when I say mind and body excellence, it's really like when we stop eating waste, when we stop eating the foods that you can add them at intervals, and I teach about proper food combining so that they can do that. So but by just decreasing the amount of meat that you eat, it saves a tremendous amount of energy. Those of us that don't care about what happens to the fish or the birds, or that don't see how that ties in, are negating what ecosystem really means. It's like we all work together. So that's one part of it. Also, decreasing meat intake. Like when I teach people how to eat, there's a lot of living foods in my diet plan, but I also have the variety of people want to eat high quality animal products. Food is medicine, and when I really started to understand that, your life is just so much better when you start to eat for wellness. I have a new book that's available now on ebook. It's the Supernatural Green Diet book. It's 33 living food recipes for weight loss and anti-aging. And it's up on the store now at thesolutionsdoc.com. And I think it's a really great guide to helping people just get started with super simple, easy recipes. The more live foods you eat, then the more alive you feel. Also on the website, thesolutionsdoc.com, we have raw food TV. So we have a bunch of raw food demos up there. So we teach people how to make fresh almond milk, how to make dehydrated cookies out of fruits and nuts, how to make your own coconut and cashew yogurt, probiotic yogurt, non-dairy. So there's some great little recipes up there, and they're all like 2 or 3 minutes long. And most of them are made in real time. So you can see, oh my God, it only takes a minute and a half to make fresh almond milk. So it's like nice to show people how simple it really is to do something so good for you. And it makes such a difference.
This has been made possible by the Green Lifestyles Film Festival. If you would like to find more out about Blythe or her work, please go to thesolutionsdoc.com.